If you keep choosing to stay home on weekends, it's not because you're boring or antisocial. It's because something in your mind is craving recovery, not stimulation. What looks like avoidance from the outside is often regulation on the inside. Your choice isn't random. It's your system asking for something specific. People who stay home on weekends are usually labeled as lazy, unmotivated, or missing out. But that label assumes everyone restores energy the same way. They don't. What's often missed is that weekends aren't just free time, they're a transition. For some minds, going from a structured week straight into noise, plans, and crowds feels like skipping the part where the system actually resets. So staying home isn't about doing less, it's about restoring balance. During the week, your brain is constantly adjusting meetings, messages, decisions, social cues. By the time the weekend arrives, some nervous systems are already maxed out. Choosing home becomes a way to lower stimulation so the brain can recalibrate. Think of it like closing open tabs. Quiet space lets the mind finish what it couldn't process while everything was moving fast. This isn't withdrawal, it's completion. It's Saturday afternoon, and the idea of plans feels heavier than the work week itself. Not because you're tired of people, but because you haven't fully come back to yourself yet. Not everyone feels restored by the same things. What restores one mind can quietly overstimulate another. Some people are highly attuned to their internal state. They notice when they're mentally full. Others carry emotional responsibility during the week, reading rooms, managing expectations, staying on. For them, weekends at home aren't empty, they're spacious. Home offers predictability, and predictability allows the mind to finally loosen its grip. Of course, there's a difference between choosing rest and feeling stuck in it. Sometimes, staying home can drift into avoidance, especially if the outside world feels heavy. That doesn't cancel the value of quiet. It just means the signal deserves attention. Awareness matters here, not judgment. The same behavior can come from restoration or from overload. Preferring to stay home on weekends often reflects a mind that has learned to listen before it burns out. You're not guessing at what you need. You've noticed patterns. You know that constant movement drains you faster than it restores you, and that rest isn't something to be postponed until exhaustion. Familiar spaces calm your system because predictability gives your nervous system permission to stand down. That's not avoidance, that's regulation. You tend to choose depth over volume, fewer plans, fewer conversations, fewer distractions, but more presence in the moments you do step into. Staying home gives you space to process the week instead of carrying it unresolved into the next one. It's where the need to perform quietly falls away. Small rituals matter because they signal safety and control in a world that rarely slows down. This awareness comes with a trade-off. It makes you more selective about people, commitments, and where your energy goes. You may miss some noise, but you keep your capacity. You're not opting out of life. You're conserving the part of yourself that lets you show up fully, calmly, and intentionally when it actually counts. Most people won't understand this about themselves in the moment. They recognize it later when they choose quiet again without thinking and realize the choice was the understanding.